think we're all in now.
Yeah. Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, you start.
Hi guys, as you may notice, Energized crew is after getting a lot more handsome. Today we're after bringing in Joe Delaney, aka Shred Bundy.
How's it going?
Joe's
Thanks for coming today.
full-time vlogger, fitness extraordinaire, and you can catch him this season on X on the Beach.
Yeah. So Joe, with all that stuff going on, where did it all begin?
So this is like something I get asked quite a lot actually, and I kind of learned to condense it down to a manageable like story. Otherwise, it just ends up as my life story.
Yeah.
So after uni, I went and travelled for a while. Did that thing where you don't really, you know, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So am I cool with?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
And so I'm just gonna put it all off by going travelling and, you know, under the facade of find oneself, you know, really just fucking about in Thailand, and you know. But I got back. I was literally at square one. I had nothing. I had owed my parents about $1,000, no money. I had the four walls between, you know, in one room in my house, in my parents' house.
Yeah.
So I got a job working at a bank, or for a bank, literally just to try and save some money, and you know, and I spent like 14 months working for this bank, like this. It was a soul destroying thing, man. I was a proper spreadsheet monkey, like, you know, just a keyboard mercenary, like, and as I was doing that, because I got into quite a good routine with the gym, because that kind of structured life gives you the, you know, it gives you the opportunity to get into a solid, structured like routine, and that's, you know, when you're gonna focus on anything, routine is such a help, like, and familiarity, and so I started really, like, I'd always gone to the gym, but I started really hammering it in that time, and my brother's always been pretty into it as well. We started kind of following a few online fitness personas, you know.
Anyone in particular?
Nah, not really. I mean, we were part of like the Ziz wave kind of thing, but at the same time, very aware of the whole, like, maybe the whole kind of cult thing, and how it's not that beneficial. You know, you have to take the good bits from everything and everyone, don't you?
Yeah. Take the good, yeah.
And you can't just. And I think a lot of people don't really do that with the whole Ziz kind of movement.
Yeah.
But we got into that kind of
the
online fitness stuff. Yeah, and we started throwing out videos, just piss take ones, because we've always been quite ironic in our sense of humour. It's quite kind of, you know, you notice something that happens a lot, and it's kind of easy to make jokes out of that and just be kind of
jokes out of everyday things, sort of thing.
Yeah. And so we started just throwing videos together, just literally out of enjoyment, because we just thought we were funny, and thought other people might find us funny, and some did, and some thought we were dicks, but that's sweet. And so that just kind of snowballed, but it was always kind of me, you know, pushing it, and me going, oh mate, let's do this, and I think he enjoyed more of like a backseat role to it. But that kind of is what got us into the whole making videos thing, and I realised that I actually enjoy putting videos together, not just from the sense of like making something kind of look good when I put like bits of like training footage together, make a little montage or something, but also like just thinking about like the actual content and what I'm going to put in there, and just like being on camera. I kind of enjoyed it, because I felt like I was kind of, when I started, really shit at it, but I think I picked it up quite fast, and became, if I watch like my first videos now to my most recent ones, it just looks like a different, you know. If you went onto my channel and just looked like the most recent ones, you'd think, oh yeah, you know, he's alright at this, he can do it. But then I have comments on my first video saying, you should not YouTube. So we just started making videos that way, and then he kind of went off, did his own thing, dropped off, and I thought, well, I'm still going to do it, because I still get enjoyment out of it. But by this time I was making no money out of it, but kind of started building up a bit of a following, where that's how social media works, isn't it? You build up a following, and then that's your free marketing. to everyone. Now you can access all these people.
Did you sort of take your following from?
Well, that's how it gathered. More, not really. I doubt there's even that many who are still following me from the early days, from that original thing. But I certainly like learned a lot about social media that way.
Yeah.
And then after I left the bank, I went travelled again. Spent a lot of time sitting on beaches and thought, you know what, I like sitting on beaches. I like sitting on beaches, and I kind of decided that I wanted to do something where I had the opportunity to travel, you know, and kind of have my own schedule, and anything internet based is going to give you that opportunity. And so I kind of put that and fitness together and thought maybe I can get this.
It's brilliant that you can do it from like every country you're in as well. Like.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's like the beauty of it. I mean, you know, not just like some people, you know, like the 9 to 5, and that gets a bad rap, and it's kind of a stereotype now that everyone in a 9 to 5 must fucking hate it and must be like, oh, you know, as if you're a fucking loser if you got a 9. Some people have really good 9 to 5 jobs and fucking like them, and that's, you know, if
each their own, really, isn't it?
It depends on what your sort of career aspects are, and like if like obviously you're enjoying doing the vlogging, you're enjoying doing the travel with the vlogging, and you're enjoying going to the gym, so you might as well keep what you're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean it. In a sense as well, I find that it's a kind of they both kind of perpetuate each other. Like I'll make videos and whatever. If I'm doing something decent, I'll put something decent in the. I'll think, fuck, I'm gonna film this and put it on YouTube, so it'll be fun. It's just anything that just puts forward any kind of positive emotion, people are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the coin, like sometimes vlogging encourages me to do shit.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that like I look at something and I think it'd be sick to vlog that. You know?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a snowball. It's good, like.
At what stage was the point where you actually, like, it just grew, like, that's why everyone has that, like, sort of step where you notice where it just got a bit bigger? Like, was there a certain time when that happened for you?
I don't know, actually. I mean, when I first started, like, online personal training and I was YouTubing, I was really inconsistent with my YouTube, but, I don't know, I just never had it. I never really got to the point of consistency where I am now. I think you have to stick at something long enough to really get that enjoyment from it and really see the benefit from it. Probably when actually I was turning 25 last summer, and just by chance I'd been on YouTube about a year.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take all the best bits from all the videos and put a little montage together.
Yeah, I saw that one, that was cool.
And I put it together, and I spent, you know, my average video probably takes me a few hours, because I'm not overly, you know, I don't edit them that much, really, you know, because I like the kind of raw feel to it, and the kind of amateur. You know, I think that makes it a lot more relatable than if you have this, like, professional intro, and, you know.
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time on this video. I was sat there, like, really concentrating on it. I think any time you actually do that, you reap the rewards so much. Like, even just watching it myself, even if I never uploaded that to YouTube, it brought me so much, like, satisfaction just to watch it and think, fuck, you know, I've actually done a fair amount of shit here. Like, even if it's not, you know, it's not, a lot of it's just simply having fun.
Yeah.
Having fun is an achievement.
I think that's
a
what
lot of people don't
is that
do that.
you have fun and show it, and people.
Yeah, and it's not all about the gym all the time, and it's not all like it's not completely one thing. Obviously, you get your gym tips in there, and you know what I mean, like you get a bit of traveling, but like people can see you're enjoying it while you're doing it, and I think that's I think that gives you a lot of advantage over people who are just like, if you don't do this many sets, then don't bother. Throw up, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
You're trying to influence the gym and like a healthy lifestyle.
Well,
having fun.
I don't know. I think in a way it might be detrimental as well to me, because, you know, because keeping it broad, like one day I'll do a video that's something like fitness related, you know, and then I'll be doing a fucking Tinder video, you know, and then I'll be doing a, you know, video of something completely random, and not putting myself in a niche like that, in a sense, kind of, you know, because I'm not, someone wants fitness advice, they don't come to me. There's people who cover that better than me,
right.
You know, in terms of like informative videos, because there's people who solely do informative videos and they are really good. And so if I skim the surface and touch on all different aspects, then I'm never really excelling on any of them individually. But it means that instead of being bought into the content, people are more bought into me as a person, because it's this guy who does all these different bits rather than the different bits that someone.
Do you prefer that? Do you?
Yeah, I do prefer that. Yeah, because I don't want to be,
Mr. PD.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
You have a big personality to go with it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just try and get, I just try and be natural and try and get across.
That comes across.
What I'm about, to be honest, because I don't ever try and overplay it, and I just try and keep it real, basically, and not be.
I think that's how you build such following.
Too like similar.
And tell us, how did the X on the Beach come along then?
That was actually it was just kind of came up and hit me in the face. Like, I don't watch reality TV. I don't even watch fucking TV, to be honest. Like, literally hardly ever, unless it's like David Attenborough shit or like I've got the odd guilty pleasure, like, but if it's QI or David Attenborough, I'm in, and anything else I don't give a fuck. I'm more of a movie kind of guy, and I was basically walking around Liverpool one night. This girl comes up to us. She's like, "Oh, we're like looking for people for this reality TV show. They don't tell you what it is until you sit up on the beach. It's just a reality TV show. You should apply for it." And we looked at the dates. And I was going to Ibiza, and then I had New York booked a bit later on. And we looked at the dates. We didn't really know what, because she couldn't give us certain, confirmed dates. Yeah. So I just left it. I thought, nah, I'm going to leave it. And she adds me on Facebook. And says, "Oh, just fill in this application form. You might as well do it." I thought, fuck it, I'll just do it. I don't know the dates, so I don't know if I can do it, but I'll just do it for the sake of the application process. Yeah. Because I can then learn from, because I've not been to a job interview for as long as I can fucking remember. And I thought, and after this application form I had to fill in, it was a phone call, and it was a few like interviewee audition type things, and I thought I should go to this because it's a good experience for me to. I basically just have to turn up, be speak well, be confident, and
be yourself.
And I'm massively into the whole kind of. I just think it's important to have good social skills, really to the next fucking level, because I think it's something that is quite lacking in general. The average person, you find it's quite different from country to country, but I think if you go out and speak to a fucking stranger on the street, he thinks you're weird, or she thinks you're weird.
They think
you're
weird,
the weirdo,
something,
and that's why you can't. That's why it's so hard to approach girls. If a nice girl walks past you, you have to get over. You can't just stop her and be like, and just start a conversation, because then you're a crazy person who speaks to people.
You're just sort of creepy.
And really, you're just fucking being sociable,
Yeah, true.
And you have to really get over that and work that into your approach. And so I think social skills are something that are really lacking, and I think it's fucking massively advantageous to spend time working on those. And so that's why I kind of went through the whole, I'll go to this interview type thing, because I'm getting filmed, and people asking me questions, and I have to just be, it's just good practice.
You're doing it anyway, so
exactly. And I thought to myself, going through this application process with YouTube and stuff, I thought, the last year's kind of been preparing me, not in a kind of zenny, the world prepares you for what you're dealing with right now, that's bullshit, all that stuff, but I thought it's just good practice. And then, so I think because I went through it not really caring about the outcome so much, I wasn't like, oh, I need this, I need to get on this because it's going to put me on and I'm going to make it, I went through it for the experience. I was so laid back that it kind of worked in my favour. And I remember in the final kind of interview type thing, one of the women from the production company who made it, I walked in, it was literally a couple of minutes later, and she was like, "You don't seem nervous." And I was like, I'm not nervous, because I don't have that needy sense of please put me on. Please put me on a stage. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty.
In fairness, you have your own platform anyway,
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
you know, I mean, people who are watching it are watching it already. Like you're used to it.
Yeah, I don't. You just and any kind of neediness that you feel, pretty much any emotion you feel going into that social interaction, they're going to feel it as well, because subconsciously you just put that off, don't you? Just you know, if someone's nervous, you can tell they're nervous, and in any, you know.
And after like going through the show, how long was it altogether?
It's filmed over 2 weeks.
So after going through the show and then coming out after, like, were you happy you did it overall?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you make any like connections over there? Like, you have like, did you make new mates over there?
Yeah, you know,
I don't know how much you can say about it, but
well, I thought honestly, because I never watched reality TV since like the first couple of Big Brothers. You know, when that's really what kicked reality TV off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But I think then it was more of a social experiment rather than let's just get people who are gonna fucking fight and throw them in a fucking cage, and it's more like a zoo, man.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It really is.
And so I kind of had a bit of I was apprehensive in the sense of like I didn't think that I'd go on there and really connect with people that much, you know. But I thought I'm gonna fucking do this for the experience, and I actually was surprised that I got on with a lot of the people, especially the lads that were on it. I really fucking connected with them quite well, you know, because you don't have to always have that much common ground with someone to get on with them, you know. You can
just being nice.
Yeah, and if someone's like just a well-natured person, and whatever your views on things, you can get on, and I really did, you know. And I was actually surprised like that I did, but I'm sure if you make it.
Are you still in contact with them?
Yeah. We speak quite a lot, and everyone goes. I'm gonna be going to the gym with a few of them this week, so I'll be vlogging that and stuff, and it's good for the vlogs, you know, as well. Yeah.
So like so far the year's gone well for you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I suppose it is. Yeah. What are we on? Halfway.
Yeah, sure.
Start of February.
Yeah.
At the end of January.
So,
It's been alright. January was good, mate. In terms of like business as well, January's, you know, when you're PT, January you smash it, don't you?
Yeah.
But then you got to squirrel it away for February, March, when it dies down, and then it's seasonal. Then everyone's going all day in the summer, so they're going back in May.
And then just moving on, do you set like a yearly goal, or would you go monthly or even weekly?
You know, the thing is, I've never been really. I'm a big list writer. You know, I'll set my menial tasks for the day and try and prioritize them in an order of what's going to take most mental energy.
Yeah.
You know, because a long time I fucked that up, and I did, you know, what's the easiest to do first.
Yeah.
And then the hard thing just gets relegated, man. It just keeps
you put
going
it
on
off
the
to
next
the
day, the
following
next day. Yeah. But in terms of strict long-term goals that are measurable, I don't really fucking set any. I don't. I find that by the time I'm halfway there, it's probably changed. What I want to do is change. And I'm so, you know, I don't know if it's that as you go on, you as you kind of progress or go through life, you have a better idea of what you want, and so your goals change. Or maybe you're just fickle and they change with your mood, and, you know, because it's easy to really succumb to your mood and think, you know, because your idea of what you want changes so often. I don't really set, you know, long-term measurable goals like that, you know. I just think, I just work on it. Yeah, I think what, you know, because I don't know what I want, other than to fucking enjoy my life. Like, I don't know what I want. Like, I know that I don't give that much of a fuck about, like, it sounds a bit, I don't know, I don't give that much of a fuck about, like, material shit. I don't mean that from a sense of, don't get me wrong, I'd fucking love a G-Wagon, you know, and I'd bounce around, I'd drive around in it thinking I'm the bollocks, but at the same time I know that that's not, it doesn't equate to long-term
happiness
and satisfaction.
Yeah, because once you had it like 3 or 4 months,
it's just a buzz, man. It's just a shiny thing. What does it do, man? It does fuck all. You know, and I'd much rather, you know, when I think about, say you win the lottery, say all of a sudden money is no object. What are you gonna do? You know, people are gonna say, oh, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. The first thing I'd do was throw the sickest fucking party I could, because that's what I'm gonna make the most. That literally, I would like find a massive fucking venue, like get to write in a list of all the people I've ever known who I think are good fucking people. Do you know what I mean? And get them all together, yeah, you know, and get them all together, because that's what I'm gonna enjoy the most, man. Yeah, I think, and after that shit, you don't even need money for.
So like you're much more so life experience over material objects than everything.
Yeah, well, my bank account fucking shows that.
That's really good.
Yeah, no, I think people might know that if they follow you, like, you know what I mean, you're like constantly looking for your next trip or your next adventure, as opposed to you're not like waiting on the next iPhone to come out.
Yeah,
sort of
I know, man.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I think you can enjoy you can enjoy those things, definitely. And the thing is, you know, I'm not using this as an excuse. Like, some people say, oh, money won't make you happy, and then they'll walk around barefoot with, you know, and like, you know, I'm pretty sure that it won't make me happy, but that's not an excuse not to make it.
Yeah.
You should still try and fucking get rich anyway. Yeah. If it doesn't detriment from your other like goals or take away from other things that you find important, why the fuck not? Yeah. It's not like, oh well, you know, I'm gonna drive around this shitty fucking car that breaks down on me every 3 miles. Because money won't make me happy.
Yeah, there's no point living the opposite way. There's no point, you like broke people aren't exactly over the moon
make it anyway, because other people have. So, you know, don't use it as a fucking excuse. Like, I still want to get fucking mega rich, but then I probably just won't spend it on the same shit that people spend on.
Yeah,
you know.
The way we were like running our channel is to actually like to hopefully inspire people to improve their lives and actually live life happier.
Yeah, and help others along the way.
Yeah. If you like a message to the people watching this, what would be a good thing that you'd like to say?
And like, what would your sort of life motto be?
Yeah. It's difficult, man. It's difficult to. I always, you know, I'm wary of trying to dish out life advice, man. I suppose for me, the most important things that have contributed to me having what I would say. See, I would call it a successful life. Yeah. Because I'm getting a phone call. I'll finish this. Yeah. Because, you know, how the fuck do you measure success? Like, if you measure it in financial terms, then, you know, the Buddha probably ain't that successful, man, because you know. And if you measure it in terms of understanding, then Dan Bilzerian ain't that successful. And if you measure it in terms of, you know, or let's say intellectual contribution, then Einstein's fucking successful. Yeah. But in terms of life experience, you've probably spent a lot of time locked up. You know? So how do you measure it, man? So you can only measure it on your individual kind of scale and kind of overall happiness. And I think that the main things that have contributed to me enjoying my fucking life have been being brought with kind of just a really open mind and being kind of, you know, never too set in any ways, and just really kind of having a deep-seated value for experience and for anything that kind of goes against what you already think. So any kind of, you know, any kind of situation you've never been in, any person you haven't met, or just anything that's going to broaden your horizons, really, because that's the only way you can get a good perspective. And without perspective, you can't enjoy anything, you know, because if you're holed up in one kind of narrow-minded mentality, then you can't really fully appreciate the world, I don't think.
No, thanks very much. Do you want to let the guys know where they can find you on your...
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is aptly named Joe Delaney. And Instagram, professionally named Shred Bundy. You can get me through there. Everything else will be linked up. So yeah,
we'll definitely put tags on this as well.
Yeah. So
we'll let people know where you're at.
So Joe, thanks a million for your time.
No worries. Thanks a lot, lads. Appreciate it. All the best. Cheers, man.
Joe, thanks a million for that one.
No worries.